We're going to cross live then to Moscow, talk to our correspondent Nick Holdsworth, who joins us from there. So, Nick, a very different reaction to the situation in Sudan, in Moscow, than elsewhere that we've seen right across the world, really.
Yeah, that's right. Those comments about the shortcomings of the transitional civilian government were made last week by the Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov following a meeting with another foreign minister from Russia, from Guinea-Bissau. He also added that the Russians warn against interference in the internal affairs of Sudan. Any interference could just exacerbate the situation. He talked about hotbeds of conflict in the long-suffering continent of Africa. The Russians have significant interests in Sudan. They've been expanding their footprint in Africa over the last 10 years. So it's hardly surprising that they've been making these comments. However, political observers here, specialists on the African continent, have been saying last night that these things take a little while to settle down, and military coups happen very often. It's a little bit too soon to determine which horse to back, and it should be at least 6 months before any definite signs of policy from Moscow emerge. That, I stress, is not from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that's from observers here. But yes, Russia has a very different attitude from the US and other international players in this situation.
Nick, you mentioned those interests that Russia has in Sudan. Tell us a little bit more about what exactly they are.
Well, one of the key interests is a new naval base. Russia has been negotiating for a couple of years with the Sudanese to establish a naval logistics base on its Red Sea coast. That is that narrow strip of water that leads from the bottom of the Suez Canal out into the Arabian Sea and onwards to the Indian Ocean. So an extremely strategic place to put a Russian naval base. They also have interest in uranium mining, in gold mining, in oil. There are reports that the Russian private military group Wagner, members of Wagner have been seen operating in Sudan in recent months. Viewers may recall that that is the organisation which has been sanctioned. The owner of that organisation, Yevgeny Prigozhin, who's a friend of Vladimir Putin, has been sanctioned by the US. There are also plans to apparently build a floating nuclear station off the coast of Sudan, although that's a preliminary feasibility study, the Russians stress, and that's at a very, very early stage. So they have a range of interests in this crucial strategic partner in Africa, which the West will be very carefully following as the fallout from this coup flow in the next few days and weeks.
Nick, thanks very much. Nick Holdsworth, correspondent, speaking to us there from Moscow.